Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. Still reporting live in Portugal, but with something a little bit different today. We have been talking quite a lot about players we hope to see join the club, and in fairness, in the last couple of weeks we've also been talking quite a lot about players we hope to maybe see leave the club this summer. We've already made a start. We've seen Hayden, Hendrick, Clark all head out, but in fairness, they weren't in the squad anyway. They all got left out at the end of last season, so that hasn't actually done anything with the squad numbers. Yes, it's helped get a few wages off the books, but today we're going to talk about numbers. We've seen Botman come in, we've seen Pope come in. We need to make some room. We've seen Eddie Howe go out on the pre-season tour. He's taken pretty much everyone and their dog on the tour, which is the way to do it. Take everyone out there, see what you've got, make a decision on who you want to keep and who you want to potentially try and move on this summer. And that's what we've tried to do, or what I've tried to do. In today's video, I've gone from 1 to 25 of the current squad. So I've obviously got a list of players I've left out. But after that, we'll have to go back and take a few more players off, because I still want to see a striker, a winger, and maybe a midfielder join the club this summer. So before we get into it, if you are watching my videos every day at the moment but haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. It's free to do so. It really helps the channel. It means you guys do not miss any future videos. And obviously get down in the comments below, let me know your 1 to 25. What have I got right? What have I got wrong? And I've done them in order as well. So we'll start off with the goalkeepers. I went 1, 2 and 3. Pope, Dubravka, Gillespie. That means that Darlow has been left out. Again, we've brought Pope in to create that competition with Dubravka. In fairness, it's Dubravka who's the one being linked away at the moment, because he's not too happy that his number 1 spot is under threat, which is exactly the opposite of what we wanted to happen by bringing Nick Pope in. We wanted to create competition, not have somebody leave because of it. But those are my 3 for now. I then went Trippier number 4, Kraft number 5. So those are my 2 right backs. Again, I've missed players out, but I'll come back to positions. This is just kind of in an order. 6 Stan Burns, 7 Shaw, 8 Botman. Those are my main 3 centre-backs. Again, we'll revisit the centre-backs in a moment. Left-backs, I went Target and Dummett. Target 9, Dummett 10. Again, Lewis not there at the moment, but again, we will come back to that. Midfield, I went Shelvey, 11, Willock, Bruno, Joey, Longstaff. So that's 14 players now. I then went St. Max and Fraser, 16, 17. I then went Wilson and Wood, 18, 19. I then went Almiron and Murphy, 20, 21. So that was kind of my first round of picks. I then went back. I then put Lascelles in as 22. I put Watts in as number 23, 22 years old, will need to be signed if we want to play him this season. I then put Lewis in at 24 and put Manquillo in at 25. So again, I tried to put in the priority players first and then kind of went back through it. So just to list them all again, Pope, Dubravka, Gillespie, Trippier, Kraft, Manquillo, Botman, Shaw, Burn, Lascelles, Watts, Target, Dummett, Lewis, Shelvey, Willock, Bruno, Joey, Longstaff, Sean Longstaff, St. Max Fraser, Almiron, Murphy, Wilson and Wood. So that was my 1 to 25 of current players. So let me know your 1 to 25 down below if you want to type it all in. Who have I left off? Well, I mentioned Darlow already. That means I've also left off Fernandez. Again, it was a tough call between Fernandez and Watts. The thing is with Watts, he's still young. He's 22 years old. We could send him out on loan again. My only thing is Botman's 22 years old. We've just bought him for 35 million. So, you know, when will he be ready? Is there something to be said about giving him a chance with the squad to learn off Botman, to learn off Burn, to learn off Shaw, have a bit of time in the cup games? Or does he need another year? You know, it's not for me to say. I've not seen enough of him. Again, this is why it's good that he's out on the pre-season. Eddie Howe can see him. And I will mention now, I've not included Elliot Anderson in this list. He's 19. So if we did decide to keep him, we wouldn't have to sign him up anyway. If he impresses in this pre-season, Eddie Howe can bring him and it doesn't take up a spot. So I would like to see that, to be honest. But it's whether he's ready or not. And that's up to Eddie Howe and whether you get the game time. because again, he's still only 19. That is still a lot of time to progress over the next 1 or 2 years, you know. Still growing at this point. So get him out on loan, I think, most likely. But yeah, we'll see about him. So again, Fernandez is on the list. He's got 1 year left. Watts for a loan for a year. Fernandez has 1 more year at number 5. You know, it's a bit of a tossed-up. I've left off Richie. Again, I put Lewis in at number 24. You know, do we need 3 left-backs? Never mind 4. Could Richie play as a left-back / left winger? Is he more versatile than Lewis? Maybe. Does Eddie Howe like him because of his work ethic? Maybe. I've also got Matty Longstaff on that list. Again, he's out on the pre-season tour. It's his chance to impress Eddie Howe again and maybe grab himself a spot back in the squad. But generally, he's got 1 year left. I can probably see him out the door, to be honest, again on a loan for a year, and then he can walk away and do whatever he wants. Again, I feel sorry for Matty Longstaff to a degree, but it's just kind of the way it's gone for him. We've also got Dwight Gale on that list as well. Dwight Gale's already in the under 23s. He's obviously been left off by Eddie Howe, so I've left him off as well. Let me know about those 4 players there: Fernandez, Richie, Matty Longstaff, Gale. I don't think I'm pulling up too many trees with them 4, to be honest. And then this is when it kicks in, because again, we are still looking for a winger, we're still looking for a striker, we're still looking for an attacking midfielder. Those are the 3 positions that Newcastle are being linked with. Eddie Howe has said he wants to improve the attacking options, and we've got to. I mean, Murphy's in there at number 22 on the list there for me. He's really only just made it himself. He's still got a supersonic deal of 500 years left. I think it's 5 years. He's a Geordie lad. He supports Newcastle, so I don't want to do him over here. But okay, so that's 3 positions we need to remove. So what players did I go for? Well, one thing that did potentially make me think was, do we need 5 centre-backs? I know we did this season because everyone was injured and because we didn't really have a solid first and second choice. I mean, it was Lascelles and Clark. Clark wasn't great. Lascelles wasn't great. Now we've got Burnshaw and Botman all fighting for the 2 spots there with Lascelles as backup. Dummett can play centre-back. Do we need a 5th choice centre-back? Could Watts go out on loan and Fernandez leave? And that would be a space opened up for one of these 3 positions? Possibly. And if you're going to go into that conversation, do we need 3 right-backs? Do we need Trippier, Kraft and Manquillo? Manquillo hasn't actually gone on the pre-season tour at the moment. He got left off because of injury. But could we leave Manquillo out? And that goes back to left-back as well. Target number 1. Is Dummett the first choice left-back? Or is it Lewis? Lewis has got his chance to try and prove himself to get back in the squad here, but I just think, I know we've kept players on to keep the harmony of the group, but he's given Dummett that extra year. Part of me says that that's because he's not sure if he has the faith in Lewis yet. So that's why I put Lewis in at number 24, quite low on my list. So let me know what players. Again, I've gone Fernandez, Richie, Matty Longstaff, Gale. Really, of the current squad, we need 7 players to go to make room. If we bring in a right winger, a striker and an attacking midfielder. Again, as the window ticks down, I think we might do well to bring in a striker and a winger. The attacking midfielder, Paqueta, might sadly be left off, but we will have to wait and see. Again, you look the other way. Are we trying to do a like-for-like swap? Gale goes, striker comes in. Right winger goes, Almiron or Murphy leave. But that's not really creating more competition, is it? That, if anything, is just doing a straight swap. And I know Almiron has a lot of love on this channel, so I won't talk about that for too long. But again, let me know your thoughts. Am I trying to scrimp and save by removing someone from right back to try and get a right winger in? You know, it doesn't technically add up. And then again, you look at the attacking midfielders. We already have quite a lot of midfielders. Is that the Matty Longstaff swap? But again, that still hasn't got enough players in. So, yeah, I'll go out on a limb and I'll go Fernandez, Richie, Matty Longstaff, Gale, and then I would potentially look at Manquillo We've got Trippier and Kraft to cover that side. I would potentially go... Well, this is it. I would potentially say Dummett. I would potentially say Target, Lewis as our left backs. But why would we give Dummett that extra year? So I'm going to go ahead and say Lewis. Unfortunately, he's only young. He hasn't had much of a crack at it. But we've got to start picking players here, and the time's running down. I mean, obviously Eddie Howe's taken them all away with him for this reason to have a look at. And then the 7th player, I'm going to go Watts. I'm going to go, let's try and be a little bit naughty. Go in with 4 centre-backs. Dummett can, in theory, also play centre-back. So Dummett's covering the left-back and the centre-back. And that's where I'll end it. So that would leave me with Gillespie, Dubravka, Pope, Trippier, Kraft, Lascelles as the right-backs, Lascelles, Burns, Shaw, Botman as the 4 centre-backs, Dummett, Target as the left-backs, Shelvey, Willock, Bruno, Joe Linton, Sean Longstaff and a new attacking midfielder, St. Max Fraser on the left, Almiron, Murphy and a new right winger on the right, Wilson, Wood and a new striker up front. That would be my 25-man squad, providing we are able to get players out and bring those signings in. Let me know your thoughts on that 25-man squad down below. Again, let me know your 25-man squad if you want to type it in to the comments box. The comments are always great. I do always read them all. I don't always have the time to reply to them all, especially now that I'm daily uploading, but I do promise I read all the comments and I really appreciate all the support on the channel right now. Again, if you are watching this video all the way till now, almost 12 minutes later, and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the button. It really helps the channel. And again, if you have enjoyed this video, click here, where I actually did a full keep or sell video. It lasted about 50 minutes, and I go through every single player in detail. So get your cup of tea, get your breakfast, get your lunch, whatever. Give that one a watch. It's a good one. All right, guys, thanks for watching as always, and I'll catch you later.